The next person, probably many of you don't know, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. Doug, he's a photographer. This is Doug Gordon. Teacher, motivational speaker, is raised by penguins following a childhood boating accident. He graduated from high school with an outstanding GPA of 74, and that was really only because he could throw a baseball over 90 miles per hour. His SAT scores, while not perfect, were very appropriate for his efforts, and he continued his dedication with one-night class at Suffolk College, where he both learned that not all issues can be reduced to black and white, and he also received the best sleep of his life, as he describes it. While in his grueling one-class semester of night college, he continued his growth as a wedding photographer, and I'm not going to say you're a chubby guy, but, you know, who would know to swerve with the ladies, including the love of his life and his beautiful wife, Vim. Married for 13 years, he now lectures frequently to his children on a variety of subjects, including, but not limited to, how to get into Disney restaurants without a reservation. Doug is a big Disney fan, if nobody has learned that about him yet. He enjoys the misery of his favorite baseball team, the Mets, as well as watching Halle Berry and fishing, despite the painful experience. And now, well, we all know about Doug. There are a few questions you probably have in your minds, and one is the emperor penguin, not the king. Yes, it was cold, but he did have a sweater, and 880, of which 800 points were signing his name correctly. So that is a lot of information, probably too much information for my good friend Doug Gordon. Come on up.
For those of you who were here with me a couple of years ago, you may remember that my slides didn't work the way they were supposed to. So I figured I would take a little bit more of a serious approach this time and kind of get into you a little bit about the serious side of what I do as a photographer. One of the things I found is the emotional side of it is what really draws me in. I think it's one of the biggest things lacking today is emotion. The way we feel, the way we touch, the way we put things in our portraits. I think it's important to do things in a serious nature. I think it's important to focus on what you really want out of this job, what it is that you really want to accomplish. I've been fortunate for the longest time that people don't realize how serious I take this profession. I feel it's about love. It's about creating memories, the connections between couples and parents and children. It's one of those things that when I look at life, I can focus on what I've brought to people. People remember their lives through my eyes, my feelings, my emotions, everything I am as a person. It's one of those things that when I look back on it, I realize that I've frozen history, that I've frozen something that when people look at me, they realize, wow, he left a gift on life. My photography goes a long way. As you can tell, I like the sexy side of photography. The idea behind what I'm doing is trying to create something serious. I feel it's important to have that serious nature in your photography. So, if you haven't noticed, I'm spoofing a little bit on myself here. You are going to see a tremendous amount of naked photos of me, Jerry, and Kevin over the next couple of minutes. But I'll tell you a little bit about my story. The only reason I got into wedding photography was because I wanted to get some ass. That is basically the reason. I was a 16-year-old kid in high school. I wasn't really good with the ladies, so I figured I'd go to weddings because I thought it would be easier because they'd be wasted. So as you could tell throughout the years, my body has changed. And that's fine, and it's even got hairier at times. But the main thing is, I wanted to hook up with the ladies. There is not a bridesmaid or a waitress that I left unfinished. It is the greatest job in the world. I met my wife at a wedding, and she was able to keep it. And if you look, even the fat guys need loving. People are curious about me. They're like, wow, he's a big guy. He must be good in the rack. And it's true, because when I get it, I'm going to put in an extra effort because I don't get it that often. So it's important to realize that every man can be sexy. Every woman can be sexy. I feel that I'm beautiful, and that's okay because my slides say it. I'm a beautiful person. We're all beautiful. It's all about connecting. Little did anybody know that nude photography would become such an essential part of my life. I love doing nude photography. I think it's huge. I think it's terrific. There are many times that I felt like I've put on too much weight, but that's okay, because you grow out of it. This is the greatest career in the world, because I get to capture memories. I get to create things. And as you could tell, my Photoshop skills, thanks to Kevin Kubota, are just excellent. There is nothing I can't do with a photo, thanks to Kevin. But again, the idea is about me moving forward. It's about making progress. I feel like I'm lucky to have such close friends. Two of my dearest, closest friends in the world are the very wonderful Kevin Kubota and Jerry Guionis. And if you didn't notice, we're really close, really tight. Now, this here is me on Halloween. I wanted to dress up in my Flowman costume. The idea behind what I'm doing, if you haven't been able to tell, is making you realize that no matter where you are in your life, you don't need to be so serious about what you're doing and yourself. I've made it to where I am in my career because I don't take myself so serious. I allow for things to happen. It's a matter of not waiting for it to happen. It's a matter of going out and getting it. It's a matter of wanting it so bad. Little did I think that Prince William and myself would make such a tremendous couple. If you were lucky enough to one day stand up here, realize it's because you went and got it. It's a matter of going further than you ever possibly imagined. It's about moving forward. So I appreciate you all coming. On behalf of WPPI and Photographers Unite, my name is Doug Gordon. Thank you all.